One of my fascinations is the parallels between creativity, marketing, and food. And David Ogilvy opens up Confessions of an Advertising Man with, I think he talks about his time working in a kitchen in Paris in Hotel Majestic. And he says, my time there taught me how to run an advertising agency. So I think the parallels between the two are super interesting. But what I want to open up with is a blog post. The date you wrote has actually escaped me, so my apologies. But it's called Two Kinds of Good Cooks. One is very skilled at the following recipe: quality control, consistency, and diligence. The other understands how the recipe works, sees patterns and opportunities, and changes the recipe to fit the problem to be solved. It's about metaphor in addition to process. Both are useful. If you think this is a post about cooking, you might be the first kind of cook. So I think the opening gambit is I know you're a diehard cook. I know you've got a huge cookbook collection. What has cooking taught you about marketing?
Okay, so just for people who are just joining us, marketing is not advertising. Marketing is not hype. When David Ogilvy was an ad person, that's what marketing was. If you bought enough ads, you made enough money to buy more ads. That stopped working 20 years ago. So the marketing that I write about, the marketing that I do, is how do we show up in the world with a true story that touches people, that changes people, that spreads? And sometimes that story takes the form of a jingle, but usually it takes the form of an experience, a product, the way it changes us. And cooking is this fascinating shortcut because everybody needs to eat. And our taste buds have several functions. One of them is to keep us from eating poison, but another one is to shortcut straight through our conscious brain directly to our amygdala and excite us and please us and sate us. So when you create a meal, whether it's how you make your makhni dal, but more than that, how you serve it, what the room is like, who else is sitting at the table, what the lighting is like, all of that is a project, and it is there to change someone, at least for a little while. And then the meal is over. And so one of the reasons that I became someone who cooks every single night is I'm a project person. Lots of my projects last a long time. The idea that I can do a 2 or 3 hour project and be done, that's nice too.
You said change for a little while. I think that's fascinating. I think when you go and have a meal and you stay present and you're in that moment, there's a visceral change for that small moment in time. In terms of brands, how what's the role brands play in kind of changing people's small moment for a little while in their everyday?
Well, a brand is not a logo. A brand is a promise. It is the shortcut that we have to an experience. So if we have felt a certain thing about, this chef's jacket or Nike shoes or the way Pop-Tarts smell, and then it comes back, we get to feel it again instantly. So what a brand does is it makes the experience you're paying for worth more. If it's not worth more, then it's not a brand. It's just a logo.
Yeah, I think you talk a lot about, I think I heard you say somewhere about if Nike created a hotel, you'd know what it is. But if the Hyatt Regency created a shoe, you wouldn't know what it looks like. I thought that's a beautiful way of putting it.